DuelTNT is a great Minecraft minigame that I've made about half a video on. At the very start, you were given the choice between 10 different classes, with 3 default classes and 7 secret unlockable classes. While many classes are absolutely better than others, it's hard to decide which is truly the best. So without further ado, I will answer that question with a tier list, starting from the worst and finishing with the best. As sad as it is, it's fair to say that the worst class in the game is Trapper. Trapper is a class that can never quite be what it wants to be. For starters, its bow is frustrating to use. Like the soldier's bow, it fires an arrow that can explode a part of the map. Unlike the soldier's bow, the Trapper's arrows do not explode when they come in contact with a block. Instead, you have to use the detonator for the arrows to explode. This means you have to cycle between hotbar slots to blow up the map. To make things worse, Trapper's recovery is terrible. The best way to recover as Trapper is by using your temporary platform and dropping a landmine before the platform disappears. However, the platform spawns on a delay and disappears after a few seconds, so good luck dropping the landmine in time. But hey, if you love launching people into the hype area, this might be the class for you. Moving up to D tier, you got Echo. Echo is limited to 2 recoveries and has very few destructive capabilities. The only thing that keeps Echo out of F tier is its bow. On contact, arrows fired from the bow delete an entire 3x3 pillar of the map, giving levitation to players near the impact site. This means there's a Goldilocks zone of danger, where blocks disappear beneath one's feet without any opportunity to escape via levitation. When used with finesse, a space warp can make someone fall to their death without warning.
Oh!
Next up, in the lower C tier, there's Soldier, the default class. Soldier has a few good abilities. Even some of the better classes on this list could use a throwable slime or levitating ender pearl. But by far, Soldier's best ability has to be the Mega Bomb. With 10 times the explosion power of a regular TNT, Mega Bombs are a force to be reckoned with. If you get too close to one of these, you'll definitely get punished. Nevertheless, as fun as it is to destroy an entire island,
Oh shit.
maining Soldier is really tough to pull off, and I would not recommend using this class competitively. The other class I put in C tier is Gardener. Gardener is the perfect class for controlling your friends. It's given only 5 abilities and has no way to recover from a fall, but can still somehow outclass even the higher tier classes on this list. With Gardener, you are given a knockback shovel, a bow with punch 2, and the ability to PvP other players. And already, that seems like enough to sell this class. Who doesn't want to spawn camp your friends with a punch bow? But you ain't seen nothing yet.
Knock me back using knockback.
Believe it or not, Gardener mains can force other people to play as Gardener with the toss of a potion. Long story short, the trolling potential is endless. Ghost is the next class on the list in B tier. Maining Ghost means less exploding and more deleting. It has a bow that vaporizes blocks, and an air missile that deletes any blocks in a straight path, and a mass levitate ability that does exactly what Echo's Space Warp does, but at close quarters. In my opinion, mass levitate is a better Space Warp than Space Warp itself. In order for Space Warp to work, you need time to draw back the bow, and you need a block to aim at. Meanwhile, mass levitate is instant and is always centered at the user, making aerial kills much easier when you are playing as Ghost. Because of this, Ghost has shadowed Echo into D tier during its attempt to climb into B tier. Also in B tier, you got Assassin. While not the best, I definitely think Assassin is the most fun class to play as.
Assassin, yes!
The best thing about Assassin is its bow. When fired, arrows create a huge blast, almost matching that of the Mega Bomb. Additionally, Assassin's sneak attack is one of the best recoveries in the game, exploding in a nearby area while teleporting the assassin above a random player. Personally, Assassin is my favorite class, and I wish I could put it anywhere higher than B tier. Next up, we got Overlord in lower A tier. Overlord is very different from all of the other classes. Instead of running on a cooldown, each of its abilities costs a certain amount of material, which can be collected using its wand, which you can upgrade with materials. Speaking of abilities, Overlord has the most destructive capabilities in the game.
You can't do that.
Boom Halo in particular is the most destructive ability in the game, spawning a ring of 8 TNT around the user, giving them an aerial boost while obliterating the area they departed from. The only reason I haven't put Overlord in S tier is the fact that you have to grind for resources at the beginning of each game just to get to the maximum level 1, which makes using the class far less worth it. This next class is one that sits on the border between A tier and S tier, Mad Scientist. As far as recoveries go, Mad Scientist has only 2 of them, and they're both pretty mid-level. Plus, most of its attacks are on par with a single TNT in terms of their destruction. But despite all of that, the Mad Scientist still has one trick up its sleeve. A one-shot laser. This laser is so broken it turns itself into a win condition, becoming just as deadly as the sky above or the void below.
No, why do you do that?
Be sure to keep an ear out for that last one, because if you don't, well, yikes. With 2 classes left to go, we finally reached S tier. So enough waiting, let's see who they are. In lower S tier, there's Reaper. While I don't like using this class myself, that doesn't mean I won't give it the credit it deserves. Reaper is a well-rounded class that's great at killing your foes. It doesn't matter if that means roadblocking enemies with a dark pillar or watching someone fall into your grave trap. The Reaper is the best class for racking up a bunch of priceless meme kills. Even if someone manages to turn the tables on you, you can combine Phantom Jump and Feathers to pull off a marvelous recovery. Also, did I mention that you can spam Ghost Creepers? Finally, at the top of S tier, we've got arguably the best class in the game, Wizard. Wizard has everything: traps, fireballs, the ability to turn into a pig, you name it. First thing I should mention about Wizard is its bows. It's got 3 of them, and they all do different things. Fireball, as you'd expect, shoots a gas fireball. Powderize turns the blocks around it into concrete powder. Teleport teleports nearby blocks upwards. Wizard also has the ability to transform into a pig, giving itself a huge burst of speed in exchange for chump boost. But that's only scratching the surface. What if you were careening towards your death into the void? How would you recover? Well, it's simple. Press the shift key, and you'll instantly be teleported to the block above you, and just act like nothing happened. And if that isn't already overpowered, every teleport spawns a Ghost Creeper. If you use the item named Explode Ghost Creeper, every creeper you've spawned via teleportation will explode simultaneously. To conclude this, Wizard does Trapper's job better than Trapper does its own job. This is my first video like this. If you like what you see, be sure to drop a like. If you disagree with something on the tier list, make sure to leave a comment with your own opinion. Also, make sure to subscribe to join the Grib Crib.